So if you're watching this video, then I'm willing to bet that you think that the algorithm hates you. You are starting to worry that you have got all the wrong SEO and all your keywords need changing. Maybe you are thinking that you need to rip up your shop and start again. You need to pick a new niche. I hate the word niche, but that's a story for another time. Maybe you are just genuinely sick to death of everything and you don't know what is going on in your business and you can't figure out how to drive more traffic to your listings. If any of those things are the case, then I am pleased to tell you that the algorithm has brought you to the right place, because I'm going to debunk some of those things right now, and I'm going to tell you what you actually need to do to drive more traffic to your Etsy shop. So we're going to start with how the algorithm actually works and some things that might surprise you about how similar it is to a lot of other algorithms. And so what you learn in the first part will really help you with how to maximize your chances of visibility on other platforms with similar algorithms, think Instagram. And I'm also going to walk you through all of the different ways that you can drive traffic to your shop right now. And it is exactly what I'm teaching inside the Etsy Traffic Challenge that I'm running inside the Seller Society right now, where we are spending the next 28 days doing a handful of tasks to help drive more traffic to our listings, not only to beat the summer slump, but to get ourselves set up for big traction in Q4 when the traffic on Etsy starts to really pick up again. So if that sounds fair, then let's dive straight into how the Etsy algorithm actually works. So the good news is the algorithm is actually pretty simple. The way that it works is fairly straightforward. It's just that sellers tend to overcomplicate this. They tend to overthink what they need to be doing in order to get found in search, and they tend to be spending all of their time, their energy, and their efforts in the wrong places. So I can pretty much guarantee that the problem that you have right now is not an SEO problem. You don't have a problem with your keywords, with your tags and titles. That is not generally what is going to be stopping you from being found in search. So the algorithm is, like I say, relatively straightforward. On a really basic level, the way that it works is somebody types something into the search bar and Etsy looks for the words that they typed in your listing. Now, once upon a time on Etsy, we needed to find the absolute perfect keyword. We had to find the one with the most demand and the least competition, and it had to exactly match exactly what our customer was searching for in order to show for it. But the good news is the algorithm is so much smarter these days. We don't need to be panicking about whether or not we have got the perfect keyword. We don't need to be panicking about whether or not one keyword has slightly higher competition than another and one has slightly higher search volume than another. Etsy is smart. Etsy understands what you are looking for when you search for a certain thing in the search box, and it understands what similar phrases other people search for and what kinds of products they buy. And so as long as you have described your products in a way that your customer is likely to be searching on the platform, in a way, you're thinking about your buyer intent, you're thinking about what they have come to the platform to buy and why they are looking for your solution right now, aka your product right now, then you're going to be pretty much solid from an SEO perspective. So you don't need to stress about the perfect keywords. You need to instead focus on what the algorithm needs from you next in order to make sure you are then shown to the right people. So once you have set up your listing, you have put some keywords in there that make sense to the product, Etsy is then going to match that product to buyers that are most likely to buy it. And Etsy understands exactly what customers are coming to search for. And Etsy is profiling customers that come to the platform. It is looking at the things that they previously bought, the things that they previously favorited, the things that they have left great reviews for, the things that they maybe have left bad reviews for and clearly didn't like. And it is profiling the similarities between those things so that in future it can serve up the type of products that you are most likely to buy as a buyer. So if you think about it, every time you come to Etsy, you will see very different types of products that are probably something that you are most likely to buy or something that you've looked at before. If you have ever searched for a product and you have done some competitor research and then you keep seeing your competitor come up time and time and time again, that's because you have engaged with your competitors' listings in the past, and now Etsy is going, oh, this person likes this shop, so show them more of that shop. There's all sorts of things in the background of the algorithm that goes on like this, and that is one of the reasons that ranking on the first page of search is a little bit irrelevant these days, because every customer is getting a personalized search result based on what Etsy knows about what they like, what they don't like, and what they're most likely to buy. So putting that part of the algorithm aside, I really wanted to touch more on what actually helps you to get found in search, what actually helps the algorithm show your products to more of the right people. So basically all algorithms work the same. So Etsy values engagement on your product. So if you have put a new listing live and Etsy has gone, okay, let's try and push this out into search today. Let's just see if the person who has searched for wedding table plan and has previously searched for black and white wedding stationery, let's see if they like this brand new black and white wedding table plan that has just been listed on Etsy. And so that might get served at the top of search because it's just been put live. And there's two things that are going to happen at this point. One of two things that's going to happen at this point. Either somebody who has searched that and has been shown that product is going to go, oh, that's interesting, I want to look at this one, and they're going to click it. Or they're going to look at it and go, that's definitely not what I'm looking for. Don't like the thumbnail, don't like what it looks like. It's just not relevant to the mindset that I'm in right now. It's not what I'm looking for. And they're going to not click it, right? If the customer doesn't click that product, then Etsy's probably going to try again a few more times. But if that keeps happening, eventually the product is going to move down in search and it's not going to be served up anymore. Versus if somebody does click it, Etsy goes, okay, tick for this product, and it's going to get shown to more people. And so that then starts a little bit of a flywheel. The more people that see your product and click on it in search, the more likely it's going to then get pushed out in front of more people. And then more people click on it, and then more people will see it in search, and then more people will click on it, and you can see how a listing might start to spiral. And then from there, the next stage is somebody might favorite it, and then somebody might buy it. And then somebody might leave a great review for it. And the more of these positive sales signals that go back to the algorithm that are showing Etsy that this is a product that is in demand, that people want, the more people it gets shown to, right? And this is how a bestseller is created at a very, very basic level. Etsy's algorithm values engagement. So I said before, a lot of algorithms work in the same way. So if you think about Instagram, it works exactly the same as this. If you put a post out onto socials and you get a few likes initially, you might then get it pushed out to more people and get a few more likes, and then it gets pushed out to more people and a few more likes, and then people start to comment on it, and so it gets pushed out to more people, and it starts to snowball. Versus if you put a post out there and it gets like one like, and that like happens to be your auntie, then it might not get shown to many more people because Instagram's algorithm is kind of going, okay, yeah, nobody's really interested in this. So all new content and all new products are going to get a little bit of help initially when they go live. New products on Etsy, new content on Instagram, because otherwise, where would the fairness in that be, right? Etsy and Instagram are going to treat a new piece of content or a new product as a fresh blank slate. They're going to test it with a few people, but if people don't engage, it's not going to really start taking off and being shown to more people, because you have to remember that Etsy and Instagram are businesses. Etsy's number one goal is to get somebody to buy something on the platform because they only make money when we make a sale. Versus Instagram, their number one goal is to retain people on the platform, because the more people stay on the platform, the more people use the platform, the more ad revenue that they can get from people advertising on the platform, right? So two slightly different goals, but the ultimate goal is the same. And the thing that causes that goal, the thing that causes your products to be seen by more people, is that engagement, is that signal to the algorithm that somebody is interested in this product, that somebody is interested in this content. And so that is what I mean when I say most algorithms work in the same way. You need to feed the algorithm with what the algorithm wants. So going back to what we were saying at the start, that your SEO is probably not your problem, you might be there thinking, well, how did I not get any clicks then? It clearly wasn't being shown to the right people. The likelihood is that your product was shown to the right type of people based on the keywords you put into your listing. It's just that your thumbnail wasn't strong enough. The product itself wasn't strong enough. People have seen it kind of advertised by another product that is really strong, and it just hasn't stood up as well next to it, right? And so the reason I wanted to point this out is because the number one problem you probably have right now is that you haven't got product to market fit. You have not managed to beat out the people who are selling similar things to you. There are best sellers already in the market. You have to be better than them, right? You have to start making products that are going to compete with those best sellers. Otherwise, they're always going to continue being bestsellers, and new products that are as good as them or better than them are going to start taking over the market there. And your products are always just going to be not quite competing because people don't want them as much, right? So we need to make sure we have got product to market fit, and we need to make sure that our thumbnails are strong enough that people are going to click them. They are the two things that are going to help us to stand out in search and to actually start getting more traffic from search. So that's the algorithm in a nutshell, and that is part of your problem, the product to market fit part, and the fact that maybe your thumbnails are not strong enough to stand out versus the competition. And part of this that people don't necessarily always realize is that when you see a lot of coaches and Etsy experts and things saying that you need a certain amount of listings, you need to list more, you need to get more listings into search, or sometimes people say there is a magic number for the amount of listings you need before you make sales. That's not necessarily because Etsy's going to see, right, tick, that shop has now got 100 products in the shop, and so start showing it to more people. That's not the case at all. The actual situation there is twofold. Number one is that those shops that have listed more have likely found products of market fit faster. They found a product that people want, they found a thumbnail that people click on, they have found a product that people buy, and they've got into that Etsy flywheel. And then the second part of that is if you think about your listings as doorways into your business. One shop has 100 listings. They have 100 entryways into their business. So they have got a door on this street over here that is for, wedding couples, people getting married who are looking for wedding signs. They have this door over here that is for people searching for baby shower signs. They have this door over on this street over here, which has a big, beautiful sign that says this shop sells birthday signs. And they're getting in front of different buyer intents there. So in the shop analogy, they have got these doorways. These shops are different stores in front of different people in different areas. In Etsy, it just basically is giving people extra avenues to find your business. So different search terms, different types of thumbnails, different types of products. I'm not telling you that you need 1,000 different products. I'm telling you that you need different angles on the same product. So what that might mean is you might test different thumbnails that might stand out better than other ones. You might test different colors of your products. You might test different variations of your products. In my example about weddings, I might try different events. I might try different styles. I might try different trends. I might try different product types, right? I might have made loads of table plans, but then found out that people actually want welcome signs, or they might want both, and I'm maximizing my market. So market demand, finding the product's market fit, saturating the market demand by then opening as many doors as possible in that product's market fit, so that you get more customers through those doors. So that is kind of the problem and the algorithm in a nutshell, and it's something that I talk about a hell of a lot over on this channel and over in the society. And so hopefully that has unlocked something for you and made you realize that it is probably not that you have an SEO problem, but more that you have, one, a product market fit problem, and two, potentially just not enough doors into your business itself. And so the way to drive more traffic into your business, the way that I am teaching this right now inside the Etsy Traffic Challenge, is fourfold. Number one, we are looking at how we can increase our listing volume to either find that product market fit or to open up those doorways into other parts of your business and to open up other avenues that people can find your business from those new listings. So finding the product market fit, you might be iterating your product, you might be trying new listings, you might be trying new design styles, you might be trying new products themselves. Then when it comes to actually opening more doorways, you might be duplicating those products that have started to get traction, trying new thumbnails, trying a slightly different design style, trying a different angle, a different variation, something a little bit different about your products to open it up to more people. But in a nutshell, the number one way that you are going to drive more traffic on Etsy is via more listings. And now I will always preach quality over quantity. I don't want you to go out there and list 1,000 new products just for the sake of it, willy-nilly. We want to make sure we are creating great products that people actually want. And so you want to do the market research up front and make sure that you are creating products that your customers want, but you do need to get some volume out there as well, because especially when you are first starting out, you're probably not going to find that product market fit from your first product. I have a whole lesson and a whole training inside my membership on how your first product probably won't be your best, and it might actually be something that never sells. And that is absolutely fine, because we have to get better as business owners at being okay with creative waste, right? At being okay with creating something that people don't want, because people don't want everything that you will create. You're going to find over time in business that some things you make people are not interested in. And that has to be okay if you are going to be a business owner long term, because it's going to happen. So that is the main way we can drive traffic on Etsy itself, just via listings. You have also got a few other options that I am teaching right now inside the Traffic Challenge, and they include your social content, they include your email list, and then you have paid traffic, which includes meta ads and Etsy ads itself, so keeping some of those ads on the platform. So they are the 4 pillars that I am teaching right now inside the Ultimate Etsy Traffic Challenge: how to drive more traffic on Etsy itself just via your listings, how to use your social media channels to drive more people into your Etsy shop, how to use your email list or set up an email list and drive traffic that way, and how to maximize traffic via your paid socials as well. If you want to learn more about those different channels, if you want to learn more about how I am teaching those 4 different channels, you are welcome to come and join us inside the Traffic Challenge. You can come in, you can catch up on the days so far and join us for the accountability part. The challenge is basically made up of 7 days of learning and then 21 days of implementation. We're implementing in the first 7 days as well. There is no time limits on it. You don't have to have joined us on the first day to be able to catch up. You can come in right now, catch up on where we are up to, and then start implementing, and that is absolutely okay too. This is an evergreen challenge that is going to keep going on and on and on, because basically it is the main drivers, the main moves that I recommend you make to keep driving traffic to your listings. And so it doesn't really matter when you start. So if you do want to come in and check out the challenge and learn more about these ways to drive traffic to your shop, then I will link the Seller Society. Or if not, you already have the knowledge on how to start trying to find that product market fit and start opening more doorways into your Etsy business. And I will see you in the next video.